Hey everybody, it's Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com, and today I'll be doing a review for Best Buy's blog on smart fitness equipment. This is actually I guess you could call it a portable smart home gym. It's from Hygear, and we're looking at the Hygear Gear 1. Now this is, well, I guess these are a pair of adjustable resistance bands that have Bluetooth connectivity. That's right. So you have smart resistance bands, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. In this review, we'll look at the design of the Gear 1 resistance bands. We'll discuss the smart options, basically how it works in conjunction with your smartphone, what kind of measurements it tracks, and how the Hygear app works. And then I'll discuss my experience using it. I exercise quite regularly, but I use dumbbells and barbells. This is my first experience using a resistance band. So I'm going to tell you about my experiences using it and who I think this is really geared for. So sit back, relax. You know how we do here at Handy Andy Media. Folks, get your popcorn ready and cue the intro. So let's go ahead and start with the design of this smart home gym system by Hygear. Now, these are, as I mentioned, adjustable resistance bands. And here's the adjustment right over here. It actually has this little module here with a button, and you can adjust it to make the band longer or shorter. Now, the way it works is that you have to have some type of anchor point that you can connect the bands together. Now, this could be the inside the kit that they provide you everything that you need basically to set it up in your home, but it does require that anchor point. And then they give you this adapter that allows you to use a door as your anchor point on the top. So you can kind of close the door, put this little module in, and then it holds it tight. Or you could wrap it around a pole or something like that as well to basically keep that secure fit, because you're going to be putting resistance against it. In my case, I have a little home gym. I have a pull-up bar that I installed years ago, and I use that as the anchor point for this review. It was a little high. I couldn't find anything lower, but that's what I had for this review. And I was able to adjust the bands. I wanted as short as possible so that I could use it. Now, this works in conjunction with the Hygear app. And inside this app, it has everything that you would want inside of a fitness app. You have the ability to select programs, so different types of exercises. It's already pre-made. They give you video tutorials on how to do each of these exercises. But more importantly, you have the ability to track your workouts. Now, unlike weights and dumbbells, barbells, you could set up a training program, that what they call progressive overload program, where you're actually lifting more or you're doing more reps. So basically you're putting on more weight or more volume to basically get stronger and bigger. The problem with resistance bands is, even though it does keep that resistance, especially as you get farther away from your body, you can't measure it. You can't measure it like you can with barbells and dumbbells. And so this is why I think it was a smart move, pun intended, to create a smart resistance band. Because with this, because it has Bluetooth connectivity and the ability to pair to your smartphone, this band actually can tell you and estimate how much in pounds resistance that you have. So as you're pulling it, you can actually feel and see the resistance happen inside the app, and the app will actually track it. So I did a freestyle workout and I was able to track the resistance. And you could also look at the RPM, basically the speed that you're going. And to have that feedback as you're working out, say you dock this right in front of you and you're looking at it as you're working out, that can be very motivating. It's almost like having a personal coach, except it's all data and it's visual data that you can see as you're working out. So in that sense, I think this makes a lot of, it has a lot of benefits for someone that's working out with resistance bands. Now, like I mentioned, this is my first time using resistance bands. I was still trying to get used to just the resistance on the bands, because when you're concentric and eccentric phases of the movement, there's always resistance, and it's much different than the kind of resistance you get with the barbell or with the dumbbell. So after I was doing it, it was taking me a bit to get used to, but I did like it, especially as I was watching the data at the same time that I was doing the exercises. It does motivate you to want to work out harder. So who is this for? It's definitely for somebody who likes resistance bands. The thing is, it's going to take some time to get used to. If you already have experience and you know how to work out with resistance bands, this will feel natural, and I think you'll really appreciate the numerical data that you get. The one issue that I was really struggling with was the anchor points inside my home. The door thing didn't really work. I feel like I was kind of pushing the door, and the door was going to kind of burst open because it just wasn't as secure as I would want it to be. So I struggled finding anchor points. But if you do have anchor points, or maybe you're working outside, maybe there's a pole that you could wrap it around, you could get a lot of exercises out of this, both with your legs and your arms. So a full body in terms, they have like dozens and dozens, hundreds if not, different exercises you can do with these resistance bands. But me being a novice, a newbie to this, I felt like I wasn't doing it justice just because I'm not comfortable with resistance bands. But it's something I could see if I get older, I could probably use it, because that's one of the benefits is you don't get injured when you're using resistance bands. So I love the fact that they have created smart resistance bands. I do see this really maturing, this category. If they could just, if you have the anchor points and you already have the experience using resistance bands, then this is something you definitely want to check out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Hygear Gear 1 portable smart home system. If you like this, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave your comments below. If you want more information about your boy, you can go to my website, handyandymedia.com. I also have a YouTube channel. I do a lot of DIY. I'm actually going to start a jump rope series soon, so you want to subscribe for that if you want to lose some weight. And of course, I just got tips and tricks, and of course, tech reviews as well. Once again, my name is Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from Handy Andy Media. See you again next time. Bye for now.